Hello, welcome in. Sorry about the audio there. Fixed that right up, but and also sorry for the slightly longer than usual getting started. Today, it's been kind of one of those mornings where I had to get a lot done, so had to compress it a bit. But here we are, and it's a rather hot day where I am. It's probably hotter where some of you are, but hopefully we'll make the best of it. So I figured since it's clearly the height of summer, that I would stay with the kind of light and breezy summer style game theme that we're kind of on right now. And I'm sure that as fall gets closer, we will start diving in a little deeper into some of the more crunchy, thought-provoking stuff. But it's light, breezy summertime. So we'll stay with that theme. So what we have today, though, is my very first double header. They are two light games, so because of that, I didn't want to just stream for half an hour or 45 minutes and be done. I figured let's do two light games in one stream. That gets us a nice, decent-sized stream, but covers two games. Two games that I probably wouldn't just do one stream for, right? And I didn't want to just do like one small game, one big game, because I was a little concerned that maybe that means that the big game would dwarf the little game. So two little games, two light breezy games. That was my thinking. So here we are. We're gonna have a rousing game of Adventurous. This is the latest button shy adventure that we're going to be going on today. And then we have Otter, and I'll sneak peek that. This is Otter. By the way, Otter is absolutely adorable. I guess I should probably organize them like that so it's in sentence order here. Adventurous Otter. So we'll stick with Adventurous first, and it is Button Shy's wallet game series. You can even pack it the expansions in many cases in the same wallet. I believe I have one expansion in here, which we'll try to play with today. I've watched the how to play video on this one time. So we're going to be learning together, but it is a wallet game, so it shouldn't be terribly complex, hopefully. And in fact, we're going to go through setup together too, because why not, right? Oh, there's Forgotten Worlds. Okay, cool. Maybe we get into that. We'll see. So we'll set the wallet aside. And what do we have? We have some landscape art on one side. And we've got, in fact, I think that should probably go. No, that's the boat. Okay. Landscape art on one side and map sectors on another. Okay, cool. Let's see what the instructions say to do with our maps. Adventurous, 1 to 4 players, 15 minutes. Probably not the way I play it. All right, the story is shrouded in myth and untold dangers. The vast ocean calls to those brave enough to explore its secrets. What marvels lie beyond the horizon? All right, anatomy of a card. Let's take a closer look. I'll even push in a little bit. Take a close look at this. Yes, okay, all right. I don't know how well that's going to read, but I'll read it. What do we have here? On the left side on this edge is the encounter thresholds. That's probably what we need to actually achieve. We'll get there. This is called the ship card, by the way. This is the starting waypoint. So again, in Adventurous, we're actually charting uncharted seas. So we're going to be drawing a map, essentially, as we go. And this is our starting waypoint to that map. And then down here it says Journey Effects. I'll get into those because I think we're gonna read those in context soon. And then we have 17, which is what these are, 17 map cards. And if we look at a map card here, first we'll look at the map side. I'll move that aside for a moment. Here's kind of your typical map card, right? And this is a path segment. This is a path on our journey throughout those uncharted waters. There's waypoints on both sides of this path segment. And then these are the types of encounters we will find when we journey to this card. The journeys, or the encounters are, boop, boop, boop. Where's our cheat sheet? There's a name for them. I know there are. Well, I'll get to them. I'm sure. All right. So I watched the playthrough for this game, and he played it on seasoned and then lost. Seasoned, it goes novice, seasoned, veteran, and legend are our difficulties. So I'm thinking to learn the game, we will play it on novice this time, but only because I've never ever seen it before. So novice, it says, choose the difficulty level and build a 5-card Marvel deck for that difficulty. Choose whether to play with journey effects and place the ship on the table with the chosen side face up. We will be playing with journey effects. Reserve space around the ship to create your map. Very well, we can do that. Build a 5-card Marvel deck for that difficulty. You may choose your Marvels or use random ones as long as the difficulty markers match the numbers below. So in a novice game, we're going to have one difficulty, let's see, 3 1 difficulty cards. All right, let's pull out the 1 difficulty cards and we will choose randomly 3 of them. So I don't know what they are. I don't know the backs of these cards at all. So I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle-de-doodle. And we're going to pick 3 of these bad boys. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Ooh. All right. So that's 3. We'll see what those are in a moment. And then it's going to take 1 each from the difficulty 2 and difficulty 3 stacks. Okay. What cards are this? This is a difficulty 1. Well, that's not one we ended up picking. So, oh well. That's the way it rolls today. Here we go. Here's the difficulty 2s. We get 1 of these. So we're just going to, I'm not even going to look. I'll put them up on the camera here, but I'm going to look up and not see what we have here. Great. Wonderful. Isn't this compelling? Okay, here we go. Pick in the middle. That one. Okay, cool. Put that over there. I won't even look at it for right now. I like to be surprised. And 1 from the difficulty 3 cards. So I will, again, look up at the camera, the table camera here, and not pay attention to what I'm doing with these cards. We'll pick 1 from the random, middle of that one. Great. Okay, cool. All right, so that goes over there. Now that we've built our deck, what happens? Shuffle the Marvel deck and place it Marvel side up. Okay, Marvel side up is the landscape, the big art. We love that. Okay. Hello, welcome in. We're just getting set up a rousing game of Adventurous. Getting that deck built. All right, so here we have, move over there. Here we have Haven. This is the top of our Marvel deck. Don't know anything about it, Haven, other than I love the art. Okay. Right, take the top Marvel card and place it near the ship as the active Marvel. Very well. Here's the ship. This is the deck. I'll move that off to the side. And now I will probably zoom out because we're going to need some space. But for the moment, we will do what it says. There's our Marvel near the ship. Okay. Shuffle the remaining 12 cards into a deck map side up. Very good. I can do that. So we just take the same deck of cards, but this time, in fact, I'm going to shuffle the Marvel side up so that I don't actually see them. The actual map tiles themselves. Don't shuffle them where you mix them up. I hate when I actually accidentally shuffle faced cards and then I unface them when I shuffle them. Ooh, it's a pet peeve. That's all me, though. I do that to myself. Okay, that's probably good enough. I don't even know what these cards have on the backs of them. So, all right, we have our map deck. Okay. Map deck, Marvel deck, active Marvel, ship card. I see how they have it laid out. Very well. That's what we shall do. Map deck, like a so. Okay. All right, let's zoom this bad boy out again. See what we got. Yeah, that'll work. Might be a little far. We'll pull it. It's just a touch. Yeah. All right. Give that another quick refocus. Let's take a gander before we get too far into setup. Maybe we need to revamp our setup a little bit. See what Forgotten Worlds adds to the party here. Forgot a card. I'll just bury it. There we go. All right. What does Adventurous Forgotten Worlds, the little expansion that came with the game, add to it? Ancient tales passed down over the ages tell of wondrous places lost to time far across the sea. Soon you'll add your own chapter to these legends. There is a ship card in here. This expansion introduces 2 optional components, a new ship and a new set of marvels. You may use the ship, the marvels, or both to expand the base game. Interesting. Maybe we do and maybe we don't. Let's see. The cards in this expansion introduce some new terms. Open ocean, empty grid spaces are open ocean. They must have no map features such as encounters, path segments, or waypoints. Adjacent. 2 cards or map card features are adjacent if they touch edge to edge at 1 or more grid spaces. The ship option. During setup, use the Ophidia ship, which it's the new ship card here, instead of the base game ship. The new ship has unique journey effects and can be used with the base game rules or any other game mode. This expansion also includes a new game mode called Forgotten Worlds mode. This variant replaces a random set of base game marvels with the Forgotten Worlds marvels without changing the game's structure or scoring. Okay. And then there's also an epic mode on the back. This variant offers longer, more challenging games with more cards. Fancy. Add the 5 expansion marvels to the base game cards. Follow the base game setup, but create a larger 6 marvel deck instead. Oh. Maybe we reset our decks real quick and we just do an epic mode. That seems like the thing to do. Let's just get this thing going. Complete the setup creating a 16-card map deck and play using the base game rules. When the game ends, use this updated scoring table. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to make it a bigger game. Okay, we're not going to play with the new boat. That's probably for expansion content that we don't have. So that we don't really want to parse right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our Marvel deck and we're going to flip it over and we're just going to build a combined Marvel deck with all the cards in it. Yeah, I like it. I liked that our first Marvel was Haven, though. That was kind of a nice soft way to get going here. We'll see if I regret that decision. Why not? Okay, 1. I did manage to shuffle these upside down. Ugh, hateful. Okay, 3, 1, right. 1, 3. We're going to mix all this stuff together. Here we go. Okay. All right. So we have our decks, our combined 2 decks with the expansion included. Now, once again, I will give these a quick shuffle. And now it says 3 level 1 difficulty, 2 level 2 difficulty, and 1 level 3 difficulty. Because we have more map cards. That makes sense. We could probably pull some more stuff off. Okay. So that was our level 1. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. We're going to discard those. I'm going to turn that over so I don't see them. And then 2, we're going to shuffle these. And we're going to draw 2 of these. I don't know these cards at all, so it really doesn't matter which ones I pick. We'll pick those 2. Sure. I don't know what those are, but that's what it'll be. Okay, and then same goes for the difficulty 3 cards. We're going to draw 1 of these. And again, all this epic mode does is extend this game slightly by basically merging the 2 decks of cards together and updating the scoring criteria that we need to meet. Essentially, if we can't get at least 59 points, we lose the game. Sorry, if we get 59 or less, we lose the game. We have to get at least 60. So we're going to draw one of these at random. We'll draw that one. Okay. All right. So now it says, if I remember correctly, it says to mix the remaining cards together for a 16-card draw deck. Now this deck is fat enough to actually shuffle like a real deck of cards. That's good. I think I managed to still mix my faces. Ugh. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. You'll have to excuse me while I deal with my OCD. What moment? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Refaced. Just the way you like it. All right. All right. So we now have our map cards. We'll put those over here like we had before. We'll keep going a little bit. We'll go over there. Great. And now these are our I think I shuffled these, but I'll shuffle them again just in case, just to make sure. These are our marvels. So this will be our marvel deck. Great. And now, oh, jeez. We got a level 3 difficulty marvel card right off the bat. Maybe that's good, though. Let's get it out of the way. All right. How in focus is this? Let's play the focus game, shall we? It's probably all right, but in fact, I can, wait a minute, why aren't you charging? You should be charging. There we go. All right. We can just quickly double check that you can read that. Read that well enough, it looks like. Sort of. What's happening here? Let's give that a quick focus look here. How very strange. All right. Well, I can always let's see what happens if I do that. Oh, good. Yeah, you can read that. Great. Okay, so these are the difficulty criteria. These are the journey effects. And I think what that means is the active marvel card, when exploring each map card, must not cover any of those symbols. And I'm wishing it would tell me what the names of those symbols are. I mean, I know one's a shark fin, one's a tentacle, one's a trident. And I'm guessing that's like a whirlpool sort of thing. I just wish they would actually list them. They probably do, and it's buried in the words somewhere. All right, so here's how gameplay works. We have our map cards. That's here. We have our marvel deck, and we have the active marvel. This being the Leviathan, must cover at least 3 encounters of the same type. Whew. Okay. We did that. We did that. Players work together. That would be me. Is there a solo set of rules? Probably guessing not. No. Okay. Players work together to embark on a successful journey by mapping a path, discovering marvels, and carefully managing encounters. Starting with the first player, players take turns clockwise around the table. Taking a turn, you explore or you discover. Those are the 2 things you can do on your turn. You can't do both. You have to choose one. When you explore, one at a time, draw 2 cards from the map deck. Before drawing each card, first look at the top card, then choose to either draw that card or draw the unknown card from the bottom of the deck. So I always have a choice. I can look here and say, do I like this card? Great. Then I'll just top deck that and take that card. And if I don't like this card or I'm worried about it, then I can instead I can just chance it, roll the dice, and draw the bottom card off this deck instead. So let's see here. Got it. The other thing we can do is discover. After we draw both cards, place them following the placement rules, which I'll get into. If the map deck is empty, the player may not explore. Got it. Discover is the other thing we can do. Choose either the active marvel or the top card of the marvel deck and place it following the placement rules. If you place the active marvel, immediately replace it with the top of the marvel deck, if possible. Journey effects. One side of the ship has 3 journey effects, which increase the difficulty of the game. When playing with journey effects, the active marvel's difficulty marker, 1, 2, or 3, indicates which effect is currently active. The active effect may change over the course of the game as the active marvel changes. After every marvel has been placed, all journey effects deactivate for the rest of the game. Got it. After every marvel has been placed. Okay. The end game happens when all the map cards and marvels have been placed and no additional cards can be placed. Before scoring, count the number of visible encounters by the type on the map. If the count for any encounter type exceeds its threshold, you do not score points for that type. Your map may have any number of visible whirlpools, but on the base game boat, you can have a maximum of 4 shark fins, 3 tentacles, and 2 tridents visible. I have to cover the rest of them, or I can't score that type, whichever one of them exceeds those thresholds. Got it. That is going to be a challenge. We get 1 point at the end of the game for each visible path segment, not including waypoints themselves. 2 points for each visible encounter type, as long as you didn't exceed the threshold for that type. 5 points for all marvels that managed to be placed. 5 points if all marvels were placed. -5 points for each unplaced marvel. And -3 points for each visible whirlpool. And the level 3 difficulty condition is when exploring, each map card must not cover any whirlpools. So I need to get rid of this card as fast as I can, so I don't have to cover those up a lot later. If I can, we'll see. All right, I think we can get into the rest of it because I understand placement pretty well. So we'll just get into play. Let me turn off this thing. Cool, now I can see what's happening. All right, so we have our ship here. We'll probably move these cards around a lot, give ourselves some room and so on. Okay, yeah. All right, so the first thing we want to decide is whether or not we want this top card. I think we do, because it only has 1 whirlpool and 2 sharks. It's probably going to be easier to cover some of that up. Floating Islands here requires 2 whirlpools, and I think that means I have to cover up. Map card, general placement, marvel placement. Yeah. Placed in landscape orientation only. So I can't rotate marvels. You can only have to leave them in landscape mode. Marvels must never cover waypoints or path segments. Marvels must cover at least the encounters shown in their placement cost. Yeah. Marvels can cover extra encounters unless a placement restriction states otherwise. For example, here it says must cover at least 3 encounters of the same type. Well, these are 2 shark fins, so that might give me what I need. So let's go ahead and draw this one. We'll use this one. So now when I look at this card, when it comes to map cards, I can place them however I want, as long as I overlap that starting waypoint. So I could go that way. I don't see why I wouldn't do that, actually. It's pretty good. Right. Okay, so we might just go with that for our first move. Now we have to decide whether we want this one. This is almost an identical card. It's just the inverse position. Now, let's go with this, because I think we might be able to get rid of this Leviathan rather quickly. I have to connect them, and it has to be a logical line that it creates. So I could do that if I wanted to, because that is a legal card placement, but I want to keep at least 3 of these shark fins visible so that I can possibly use that to cover how do I want to do this? I can't really cover 3 if I do that. Maybe I do that. I'm not a big fan of that, but I could do something like this. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's legal. Because I can cover up as much as I want during placement as long as the path, the journey path, is a single line, right? There's no diversions, there's no forking, there's no little hanging path segments. It's got to be a single line. The downside with doing that is I'm giving up 2 points of map segments, but the upside of doing that, I could, yeah, if I do this, I think that's pretty good. That means I could place the Leviathan right here. And I think I might do that this next turn, actually. So the Leviathan says you have to cover at least 3 encounters of the same type. And while the Leviathan is active, when exploring, each map card must not cover any whirlpools. I did not cover any whirlpools, so that was a legal placement. I think we'll go ahead and just place that. We're going to discover this round. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to place this right here. Must cover at least 3 when exploring. Okay, got it. So that is our first discovered marvel, which is Leviathan. Gets the level 3 difficulty out of the way for the rest of the game. Okay, that's great. First 2 cards, and that's that. Okay, so now what happens is because I took the active marble, the top deck becomes the active marble, and now we have 2 active marbles again. I can always place both of these, or either of these if I want. What's tricky now is I can't overlap a Leviathan or anything else. So I really only have an option of going this way, essentially. I have no other option to do what I was doing there. That's okay. This is a level 1, so the active effect is when discovering, you must always choose the active marvel. So now I can't top deck because the level 1 says I must place this. I think I'm gonna As I'm looking at this, I'm wondering whether or not whether I bottom deck this or not. I think I'm going to bottom deck this. I think that might have been a good move. Okay, so I ended up getting this card here. That's the card that I got. And I think I don't have a choice. I'm going to have to scoot over here. So I will see about, is that enough room? Probably not. All right. Fine. I will come out slightly so that I can come over. All right. Great. All right, just want to make sure you can see everything as we're going. I'll move things around later if I need to. I think that's really my only choice is this. Now, do I want to top deck? I guess technically I could move this card down lower, but I don't see a reason to do that. I think I might bottom deck again. as I look at these cards. Yeah, bottom deck again. Let's see what happens. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Oh, that might actually work. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I could do that. No, I can't do that, can I? Can I do this? Yeah, but that puts them in the wrong position, doesn't it? What if I did that? No, I can't do that because I'm covering up. Okay. That might work. Oh, no, I covered that already, didn't I? I'd have to do this. That's possible. No, it's not. That is an ugly card. Well, what if instead we just count it for what it is and do something like that? I'm not a fan of that though, because I really want to try to combine these symbols as much as I can. I guess we'll go that way. Ugh, that's going to be ugly later. 1 plus, I might have the Shangri-La stuff I need, but I can't place it yet. But that's okay. So I think we'll move on. And what are we doing out there? Yeah, we'll move on and we'll see if we can't get this done. I think I'm still going to bottom deck this, as much as I hate to do that. Because I don't think that I can get one. I'm going to pick this whole deck. Whoa, I'm going to pick this whole deck up. Good thing I didn't see the rest of those cards. I kept them in order. And I'm going to see if I can do that. Is that an option? Oh, you can't really see that. I'll try to adjust the camera just a moment. I think that is it. Oh, that is an option. Okay, cool. Maybe we won't top deck that after all. We're going to move up here. And we'll scoot over a tad. If we can. Can't really, can we? Fine. Out we go. Ooh, in we go. Okay. So we are going to top deck this map card. And we're going to come here. We're going to do this. No, we're not. We're going to do this. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So what that lets us do is the active map card is the floating islands. And the floating islands require 2 whirlpools. So I have 2 whirlpools, that one and this one, and we're going to go ahead and cover them up right there. Now when you discover, can I discover more than one in one turn or not? Looks like it has to be 1. Okay, fine. All right, so every turn I'm going to be drawing new cards. I'm going to be placing new map cards. Got it. I might have to rearrange this if I get out of my camera's view here. We'll see. So far, okay. Need to get that whirlpool covered up, but I think I can do it. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So kind of a bigger view of what I've got. Hey, welcome in. We are noodling over our next turn for Adventurous here. I know where I'm going to put Shangri-La, but I don't know what I'm going to do with these map cards. Okay, Deadly Waters requires... I have almost what I need if I place this card. So I am going to top deck this. My network is acting funny again. Apologies for that. I'll have to figure that out. Okay. We are going to zoom out some more. You have to deal with that. So sorry. It is a little tiny right now, but that's all right. It's mostly symbols anyway, and I can zoom in artificially like that. All right. So it's way up there now, but I think I can't place, if I do that, I can't place, no, that doesn't work. Could go that way though. I don't really want to go that way because it gets off camera real close. I would love to be able to do this. That at least allows me to kind of try to curve it around. But what that doesn't do, can I place them side by side, or do they have to overlap? I think they have to overlap. Placement. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I can't do that. Must extend the path by connecting one of its waypoints anywhere along the previous card's path, covering at the last waypoint. Okay. So I would have to do this, which is unfortunate. I would almost rather do this, but if I want to try to curve it up that way, that's that. But I won't be able to cover this up because I can only place marbles horizontally. So I think we might be in better luck if we do something like this. Of course, I can't just go for broke. This is going way off the rails. I'm gonna have to scoot this over. Okay, hold on. I think I understand what I did there. So I'm gonna see what I can do to scoot that over. Whoa, that's not good. Let's see here. Hold please, I'm reconstructing. What did I do? What did I do? I did at least 3 encounters of the same type. So it was that way. That's what I did do. And that goes like this. And then this was enough to do this, I think. Right. Yeah, okay. I'm having to shift, sorry. It's going to be what it's going to be, but the camera cannot see that far over, so I'm going to have to get creative here. So that is technically legal. Okay. So in order to place Deadly Waters, which we can't place right now, but I'm trying to make sure I set myself up to be able to do that, If I look at this one, I'd have to do this, which I think would give me enough coverage. Yeah, because they cover up 4 spaces. Yeah, okay, we'll top deck that. So we'll go here and we'll top deck that. So those are our 2 cards. So we're going to play Shangri-La first because we have to. Shangri-La looks like this. And it says 1 of any kind plus at least 1 whirlpool and 1 shark fin. So I think we're gonna just do that, cover it all up. Shangri-La is going to take care of that for us. Great. Okay, now the difficulty 2, sorry, the journey effect number 2 is active. It's Deadly Waters. And it says, when exploring, at least 1 map card must cover at least 1 path segment. That's not terrible to do, but it can be somewhat cumbersome. So I might want to get that placed soon. But it's good. I will, because I actually have something I can do. Oh, hold on. Maybe I don't want to play Shangri-La there. I don't want to play Shangri-La there. I want to play Shangri-La here. This is a perfect place to put Shangri-La. 1 shark, 1 fin, and 1 other. Well, I'm going to go ahead and just cover. Do I leave those? Because I want some points too. I don't want to just completely neglect that. Maybe we cover that and we leave those. That's legal. We'll leave those for points, hopefully. Because we're going to cover all that up with Deadly Waters in just a moment. Okay. All right, map cards. We know we're going to put Deadly Waters here, so we're not going to try to do anything that messes with that. Let's see. Let's zoom out a little here. All right, so you can see that a little bit better. So our next map card looks like, I'll pick the whole deck up again. I could do... Now, right now, because it's level 2, I have to cover at least 1 map segment. So I could do something like, no, I can't. Like this. I could do that. If I took that one. I could do this. But if I do that, I won't be able to cover that up. Because I'm going to have a marble sitting right here. So that doesn't work. If I do this, that'll still be legal. Yeah, let's do that. We'll top deck this. So this is legal to do because I'm covering up at least 1 map segment, and that's the requirement for the type 2 effect that's currently active. And that doing this does not screw up my placement for Deadly Waters. So that's 1. Now we get our new one here is this. And I could come down here and do that. Or I could come down here and do this. Maybe. We need 3 tentacles for points, but not more than that. I'll be leaving that whirlpool there, and I don't like that. So back to this way, I could do, can't do that. Could go this way, but if I do that, can I place another one? I think, oh, I can't do that. I have to cover that. That doesn't work. Bummer. No. Will I do this? I don't know. This way seems to be the best possible option. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Will we do that? Go that way? Sure. Why not? Seems fine to me. That is legal currently for level 2. Okay, so those are our 2 map cards. That leaves us in a pretty good spot there to place Deadly Waters, which is 3 sharks and a whirlpool. I've got 4 sharks and 2 whirlpools. So that more than takes care of that, which is wonderful. Coral Labyrinth is next, and I have to place it first. It's looking for sharks, and my next top map card is 2 sharks and a whirlpool, so that would handle it. I don't really want to, like, I could do that. It's a shark and 2 of anything. The must be overlapping 1 path segment is no longer a requirement because I placed Deadly Waters. So I can just overlap 1. Maybe we overlap 1. Yeah. Okay, we'll take it, and we'll overlap 1 whirlpool. Yeah, okay. So Coral Labyrinth requires 1 shark and 2 of anything else. So I have a whirlpool and another shark, and technically a tentacle. So that does resolve the Coral Labyrinth. Okay, last effect is Whirlpool Abyss. I don't really like that because now I have a lot of map cards left and no more things to help me cover stuff up. So I'm going to have to get really creative with map placement to try to minimize the damage, and I don't think that's going to be terribly successful. This is a type 2, and type 2 says I have to now go back to covering up at least 1 map segment. That won't be terribly difficult this late in the game. It requires 2 whirlpools and 3 of something else. All right. Well, we could just go like that. That's legal. And then we need to figure out, we need 1 more whirlpool to make that legal. I guess I could cover that last split up. I'm not really keen to do that, though. I don't want to do that either. I could do that. That's legal, but then I wouldn't have the whirlpool where I need it. 3 of something else. So technically, if I placed it here, which I can't do because I must overlap at least 1 segment right now, I'd have to go like that. I don't really want to do that. I'm not gonna take this card. I'm gonna bottom deck. Ooh, this is the card that I got. I don't know why that thing is so slow. I'll have to figure that out. It's a different problem. Sorry for the chop there. I'm still working through what's causing that, unfortunately. I could do this. No. 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 That's legal, but difficult to place. 2 whirlpools and 3 of something else. So if I got 1 more thing here, I don't think I want to do that with this other card, because if I took the top card In order to place it, I'd have to do that, which I really don't want to do. Or this. That could work, but it wouldn't get it in reach. I'd have to go something like this, which actually would work if I did that. Maybe I do that. Okay, maybe I do top deck that. What if I just did this? That's a legal placement, and it is 2 and then 3 of anything else. So that's our last. And now we don't have any placement effects. We've gotten that all done. I need to figure out why my wireless is having such a problem from my camera up there. Oh well, sorry about that. We'll deal with the chop for this game, and I'll continue to troubleshoot that. Okay, so now let's review. I've got all of my marbles out. The only thing I have exposed now are 2 tritons, which is the maximum, and 1, we can have 2 more, but we have 1 tentacle and no sharks. And we can place map cards however we want. We got 3 left. So this one, sorry again for the chop, I'll wait. That one has another trident on it, which I'm not too thrilled about. I could do something like this, though. No, I have to cover up that spot, and that's not a legal placement. I could do this. That's legal. But then I still have this trident down here. And I have this whirlpool to worry about, because those lose me points. And any way I slice it, that trident's a problem. I think I'm going to bottom deck. I'm going to go like that. We don't really want to cover up that many points, but I could do that. That's technically illegal. Apologies if you see any kind of blocky or choppiness on the overhead camera. I need to troubleshoot what's happening there. But it's still usable for the stream, so you just have to, unfortunately, just wait a second or two. If it does chop, and it'll start up again. I will get it corrected for the next stream. Okay. This is the card we just placed. Well, we've got to get that trident covered up, and we got to get this whirlpool covered up. So what if we top deck? If we top deck, we could do that, but that doesn't really help us for this. Covers up the trident, but also covers up the, I don't really like that either. I guess we're going to bottom deck that too. Ooh, don't really like it. I could do something like that. I'll leave that there. But for what? I'm going to lose. What is the scoring? Scoring is -3 points for each visible thing. I'd almost rather just do this and get rid of it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to top deck it, and we're going to get rid of all of that. Last card is this card. We don't have any sharks available or viewed at all, so it would be nice to get some of those out. So I suppose we could do something like, I could just cover up the whole card. No, I can't. I can't do that, does it? May not be completely covered, so I have to leave some part of the card exposed. I guess I could do this. That's technically legal. But then I have a third trident out, which I'm not happy about. And I don't think I can even do anything about it. I think I'm going to end up going over. So I'm not going to score tridents, which really hurts. At that point, since I know that that's the case, I'm tempted to just cover up those two and get, that's pretty decent. Although I can't do that, can I? I have to do that. Could do this. That's fine. Let me look at that. That could be good. Since we know we're screwed on tridents, that gives us 2 shark fins, 3 tentacles, which is the max, 1 whirlpool, which is about the minimum I can hope for, and no tridents. I think that's okay. I think that's pretty decent. Okay, let's move the camera so we can see it all in totality. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to push in, not out. Okay, that's our final journey. We started over here and we made our way all the way around. We ended our journey almost back where we started. And in so doing, we discovered 6 marvels and a bunch of hazards. So let's score this thing and see what we got. We're playing epic mode. I'm going to put the scoring sheet there. Now, epic mode says, same base code rules, but we have to make at least 60 points in order to not lose. So we have 1 point for each visible path segment. Do not include waypoints. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Not looking good. Okay, 43. I was hoping to get higher than that, but not bad. Okay, plus 2 points for each visible threat symbol as long as you didn't exceed the threshold for that type. Well, we know we exceeded the threshold for the tridents, because we can only have 2 of those in the map and we have 4. So ignore that. For tentacles, we can have a max of 3 and we see 3. So that's 6 points. So 41 plus 6 is 47. And then for sharks, 2 points. So we can have a maximum of 4. We have 2. So that's, what do we say, 41, 47. Is that right? Yeah, 47 plus 4. 51 points. Okay. Plus 5 points if all of our marvels, and that is the case. What do we say, 51? That's 56 points, and the rest is losing points. So unfortunately, I came up just shy because we're going to lose 3 points for this visible whirlpool. So we're back down to 48 points. We don't lose any for unplaced marvels, but it means we got 48 and we needed to make 60. So 12 short, but this is the epic mode. It's also the very first time I've played this game. That's fun. That's a cool little puzzle. And I really like the art a lot. So I'll take you on a quick art journey here. Here's where we were. We'll see if my network decides to play ball. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Our little map there. Yeah, that's great. Okay, here we go. That's our game of Adventurous. I think that's great. I think that's pretty cool. I didn't play all the bells and whistles in the game plus the expansion, but I did at least play epic mode, which combined all the cards. So there you go. That's a good look at Adventurous. This is cool. It's a wallet game. I mean, it fits in this. This whole thing just fits in that. Throw it in a pocket. Adventure in a pocket. It's great. And plus the map cards all double as the wonder cards. So every time you shuffle, you get a different combination of map cards and wonders to deal with. And you don't really know which map cards are, available to you and which ones aren't. So I can imagine it's going to be pretty hard for you to memorize like the probabilities, because you're constantly having to deal with the fronts and the backs of the cards. So there's a lot of replay there. this is cool. Plus now with the expansion, you have 2 boats to choose from and some additional game modes. So, like all in all, that's great. I had a good time with that. I'll probably keep playing that one. I think it's probably among one of my favorites. One of my favorite button shy games. I almost played a couple other button shy games today too, but I figured I'd keep Otter out as a kind of a brand new arrival that that people might want to see as well. But we might keep playing some button shies. I got a whole stack of them, and I haven't really gotten them out to play them. So there you go. That's the whole game in a little wallet. Adventurous. That's great. Love that. Okay, so I did promise you a game of Otter. So here we are. There's Otter. You can see, adult male hands for scale. Tiny little box. Lovely little game. I love the art. I have not played this yet. I just learned to play it the other day. It's touted as being a game for ages 8 and up, 30 minutes, 1 to 4 players, and there is a solo, of course, so 1 to 4. I think it's lovely. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. The whole game really fits in this one little box. But the deluxe version of this, I don't know if it's deluxe or what, but it comes with this little cloth game mat, which I just can't get enough of. I mean, stop it. It's adorable. Okay. So this actually helps you during gameplay to pick cards up and turn them around when you're playing on like a glass game surface. They give you this mat, but you can also, if you wanted to, you can play with these little tiles that just sit underneath the cards and help elevate them so you can get them off the table easier. I'm not going to play with those. I'm going to play with the mat instead because I love the art. So Otter is really a cute little game. Little player aids. And we have 3 little otters made up of little feet, right? The bottoms of the otters. And then you have the heads of the otters. I'm just drawing cards randomly. I'll do this for real in a moment. Yeah. And then you have the rest of the cards are the tummies of the otters. So like, for example, you have that. Now you have one complete little otter. Isn't that adorable? And then you could have this. Oh, come on. Tell me that's not the best thing in the world. And then you could have like that, right? I just drew cards randomly from the deck to show you all 3 of the little cute otters, but like that's essentially the setup of the game. I'll shuffle these up and do it for real, but like, come on. How can you, what? It's so cute. It's so cute. Well, let's get into the rules here. Okay. Otter comes with this nice little fold-out rules pamphlet. Solo rules on the back. In fact, let's start with the solo, see what the setup's like. Set up 3 random otter heads. Shuffle the tummy cards. Put 1 tummy card by each head. Interesting. Put 1 tummy card by each head. Make 4 hand piles with 15, 15, 16, and 16 tummy cards. You can always see the top card of each hand pile. Make a pile of 4 lucky stones. Don't use tail cards. Don't use tail cards. Really? Well, that's kind of a bummer. I was really hoping that you'd be able to get the full game experience without with still being able to use the tails. So you have heads and tails. Let me just double check. I just want to see what the setup is for. Wow. So I don't get to use tummies? Okay. I guess what we'll do is we'll come down here. Or we don't get to use tails, rather. We'll come down here. And I think what they mean is, this is 4 piles. Huh. So 3 random otter heads. Well, I did that without really thinking about it, but here it is. I think I'm going to shuffle these because they are double-sided. So I'm going to look at you, not look at the camera, and then I'm going to decide which one of these to flip. We'll flip that one. Put that over here. We'll flip that one too. And then we'll just keep on going. I have no idea. That way, and then we'll flip this one. And then we'll take these 2 and flip those. Okay. All right. Now we'll deal those out. Okay, those are our 3 random heads. Shuffle tummy cards. Okay, well, take these tummy cards back. And this deck is fairly large, so give me just a moment. I'll leave that pushed in so you can enjoy that beautiful art while I give these a bunch of shuffles. It's going to take me a moment, though. So if you're here and you feel like saying hi, let me know so I'm not quite so lonely. Totally cool if you want to lurk, though. No problem with that at all. I'm a big lurker myself when I watch Twitch channels, especially gamers. Mm-hmm. Okay, last little combo deck shuffle here. Just to, it's probably not sufficient, but we'll see how far off this is. I feel like it's pretty decent. What I will do is I'll just do a little bit of a deck combination by cutting these things together. One last little rough shuffle, if you will. Cool. Now I will cut this deck. It's about as good as I can make it. All right, that's cut. It's shuffled. All right, make 4 hand piles. Right. Put 1 tummy card by each head. Okay, so we'll do that first. A little frog. Got ourselves a little crab. And we got ourselves a little shell. Well, this is Sheldon. The suit is called Sheldon. This suit is called Clausen. And this suit is called Todd. I love it. Okay, there are other suits. There's Starden, and there's also Finston. We'll get to that as we draw those cards. Got it. Okay, so we have almost set up. We have to now draw 4 hand piles. 1, 2. Well, we'll draw them out in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. That's what they said. Okay. So I'll put the two 16s over here. I'll take the two 15s and stick them over here. That's what it said. Make 4 piles. So, all right. So we have a 15, and it said you can always see the top deck, right? You can always see the top card of each hand pile. Okay. So we'll put the hand pile there. And we'll just keep on doing this so we can see what's what. Okay. If I'm setting this up correctly, which I'm not convinced I am, it will look like that. Make a pile of 4 lucky stone cards. Well, I have 4 lucky stone cards. Okay. Don't use tail cards, sadly. Gameplay. Every turn. Hey, thanks for the biddies. All right, that was very loud and unexpected. All right, so we're playing Otter. In the solo game, you don't play with the tails, which is regrettable because it makes these really cute full picture of an otter when you use them. I'm sad that in the solo game you don't get to do that, apparently, but that's all right. All right, so let's see. Gameplay. Every turn, play 1 card from the top of a different hand pile onto a different otter tummy than you played last turn. Oh, interesting. The card must match the rule on that otter's head. Okay. Stones. Anytime you may flip over a lucky stone to swap 2 heads, swap 2 tails, but we're not playing with tails. I don't understand. Or flip over a head or a tail. How strange. Why would you say I can flip over a tail after making it very clear that I'm not using tail cards? Oh well, that's probably because in the base game you can flip over tails. That's right. So I can use lucky stones to change the rules of the game, essentially. I can flip over heads or I can swap heads. Look at it that way. Flipping over the heads changes the rules to whatever's on the back of that head. I kind of feel like I should know what's on the other side of those heads, but it doesn't say I can look at them, so I'm not going to. So I win the solo game if I play all of the cards in all 4 stacks on the top here. I lose if I can't play a card. Yeah. Yep. Just making sure I'm reading all the other rules. Yeah. Okay. In many of these cases, you may use lucky stones to change the rules to allow you to play again and not lose. Okay, yeah. Okay, got it. Perfect. So, is there a description of what that means? Deep. Play a card that when added to the other 2 tummy numbers is greater than 20. Other 2. Right. One moment. Okay. Gameplay. Yeah, so let's see. I don't understand quite what they mean by sum of cards above 20 if I'm just going to keep playing cards in here. I'm going to get to 20 and then what? Sum of cards is above 20. I kind of want to I'm going to swap out deep because I don't understand that, and it's considered an advanced head, so I'm going to go lower. That was just the top card of the remaining cards. I didn't choose that for any logical reason, but we're going to do that. We still have inside. Inside is play a card between the numbers on the other two tummies. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So if I wanted to play a card here, it would have to be between a 4 and a 9 at the moment. Oh, no, it's all good. You missed a rousing game of Adventurous. You have to go back to the VOD and watch that one. It was good, though. I lost, but it was still good. Okay. Up or down, 2 or less. So this 8 is down. 2 or less, so that's legal to play here. Lower than a 4, the 3 can be played here. So let's do that. Let's play the 8 here. And now for my next turn, I can't play from this stack and I can't play onto this otter because I just did that. Now I have to play from a different stack to a different otter. So this is a legal play because I'm not pulling from that stack and I'm not playing on the same otter. Okay. So I couldn't play the 1 to the lower because I just played on the lower. Up or down, 1 less. So I could play the 9 to here. That's legal. I need to get over here. Oh, now I can actually. The 4 is between the 3 and the 9. So it is a legal placement to go here. Correct. 7 can't go here, even though that's legal, because I just played here. So now I can play this 1 to the lower, though. That'd be good. Yeah, let's play the 1 to the lower. And I could play the 6 over here. Sorry, not the 6. The 7 can go here. But before I do that, I will want to play this. So I'll play this 7 to the inside number of the other cards. Now I'll play the 7 to the near stack. Lower is weird. I think I might have to flip that with a lucky stone now that I've hit 1. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to flip over my first lucky stone, and we're going to go from lower to higher. So now we're going the other way. Now I'll just go 2. We'll put the 6 over here. Yeah, I like it. 6 over here. Let's see. Up or down 2. Don't have anything I can put there. I just played here. Higher. I could put the 3 here. Let's do that. Oh dear. Yikes. So I could play Lucky Stones to flip over the heads. The other thing I can do is swap them. I can swap heads to different stacks. If I did that, I don't think I want to swap this because these are the two widest numbers of the three. Could swap these though. And then I could put the 1 here. But that's a little scary. Up or down too? Can you flip? I doubt it. Near. Yeah, I don't think you can go around. So I think I might want to flip and not swap. That's tricky. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to burn a Lucky Stone again. I'm scared to do it, but we're going to flip this near, and we're going to make it 4. Up or down, 3 or more. So 3 or more makes this legal. 10. And now I guess I can't go here again because I just did that. I really don't want to go higher. But I don't want to burn a stone to do it. I don't think I have a choice though. I guess what I could do is kind of go between these two with the different stacks. So I could go like 11 here, 13 here, 1, right? That's pretty good. Then I have to, I don't really like doing that because I'm so low on this right now. So maybe I just wait. I do this. I can't do this now. I have to do this card. Ooh, that's it's infuriating. I need like a poker chip too to kind of note which stack I just pulled from. Do I have anything? Let's use my lens cap. There. That's funny. I do have something more game-like over there though. Yeah, I do. I'll use a little marker. Yeah, that's pretty good. That'll do. Okay. All right, so I can't go here. I know that. I have to go here or here, but I can't go here because I can't get numbers inside. So I could flip that to being numbers outside, but that's a problem too. I don't really want to do that. I have so many cards left already. Guess the really only option I have it's either inside far. Ooh, I could swap. If I swap, I could put inside and far and swap those. Because this doesn't really matter what stack they're on at all. Because it relies on the other 2 numbers. Far though, 3 up, 3 down. A lot of headroom there. But then I'm burning a Lucky Stone. What's worse? I get out of jail free cards? Or making this uncomfortable? I think it's making this uncomfortable is the acceptable thing to do. So we're going to play here. Now I can play here. I'm going to take the 13 and play here. Okay. Inside number is 12. I can play that here. Move this down so you guys can see the pin. Okay. So I played here. I can play the 10 here. Yeah. So now I have to play here or here. Can't play higher than an 11. The inside number is not possible. I just walked myself into a corner, didn't I? Oh, that's a bummer. I think I'm going to flip higher again. Lucky stone. That lets me play the 6 here. Looks like I could go down to 3. Yeah. Lower than 6. I don't really want to go down lower than 6, but I guess I'm going to 2. Ooh, wait. Yeah. Okay. We'll go lower to 2. And now I need to go 3 or more, up or down 3 or more. I could go 11. Yeah, let's go 11. One. Unfortunately. But now we have inside number between 1 and 11, so that's really good. So we could play 9 over here. And then 8 over here. And then can't play 6 right here. This is technically inside. Did I just play here? I don't think so. I think I just played here. So I'll play 5 here. Yes, I know. It's a networking issue that's only cropped up in the last week or two, and I don't know why. Okay. Far, I could take the 12 over here. That's good. Now I could do another inside number, anything I want, essentially. probably should take one of the 4s. How are we doing on stacks? I'm just making sure I'm pulling them. I could take the 1. This stack's getting still pretty fat, but I can't take the 1 right now because I just played from that column. This one's pretty light. That's pretty light. I should probably put the 4 over here then. I'll take this 4 and put it over here. Uh-oh. That's not good. You got to get rid of the 1. If I put the 1 here, I'm screwed though, because I can't play here anymore. And that would be a 1 to a 1, so there'd be no inside numbers. Could play the 6 here and play the 4 here. Yeah. 6 here. Ugh. And then 4 here. Ooh, the 9 is what I need to play here, and I can't play it because I just played from that column. And I'm back to the same problem. If I put the 1 here, then I can't play here next turn. So I'm forced to play another lucky stone. I don't know that I'm going to get through the rest of the stacks without something else coming up and getting in my way. I don't think I have a choice though. Let's get rid of one of the 1s and then flip a card or do something else with the lucky stones. Or maybe I could flip the inside to the outside. And then I'd be able to place the 7 here. But I think I just went here, come to think of it. Oh no, I'd be placing it here. That's legal. Yeah, let's burn our last one. We're going to flip inside to outside. Probably the wrong thing to do, but we're going to play the 7 here. And now I can't play the 9 here. This I can play here though. The 9 I can play here, which gives us some more breathing room. And now I can place, that was here. Now I can place the 6 over here. But I'm still dancing around these 1s, which is killing me. And I think I'm probably going to be screwed from that sooner versus later because I just got another 1. Or maybe I didn't play the 1s. Maybe I've just been hiding from them. You know, as I'm playing this, I'm thinking the solo game is fine, but without the tails and without the other players, the game really shines as a multiplayer game. It's fine as a solo puzzle, but because with the multiplayer game, each player is manipulating not just the heads, but also the tails. The tails are suits. All right, well, I can't play here. I just played that. I think. Maybe I played here. No, it was here. Played 9 here. So that means I can play the 6. Oh, I can't play the 6 here. No, I didn't play the 9 here. There's no way. I know I can play one more place. Oh, no, I have to play a 1 here. That's what this is. That's right. We'll play it from here. And we'll go far. That was there. Now, I can't play that here. Outside numbers can't be played. Lower can't be played. I think I'm screwed. Because I don't have outside. They're even. I played the 1 here, so I have to play it to here or here. Lower is done. It's cooked. So I think I'm done. Yeah. I think I'm done. Yeah, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think it would be much better as a multiplayer game. It's very cute, and I'm very happy I own it, and I'm very happy to play it, and I'm wondering whether how much of that I'm going to really like it more as a multiplayer game. But for as small as it is, I mean, like I said, it really fits into this tiny little box. The main box is like this, so that it can fit this mat in it. But that's it. That's all it is. That's really cool. That's great. It's cute. I don't think it really shines much as a solo game, but it doesn't frankly have to. So anyway, there you go. There's Otter. I think that was cute. That was fun. We played Adventurous and we played Otter. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to leave the stream online. I'm going to call it here for the day in terms of playing games and being live on the camera. But I'm going to leave the stream online in a different state, a BRB or something like that, and see if I can't, while I'm live and I'm streaming for a few minutes at least, figure out what's going on with my network so that hopefully I can resolve it in time for the next time we stream. So, but speaking about that though, next weekend, I'm probably 50-50 that I'll be streaming again. It's a holiday weekend here in the States, and there's a big convention happening where I am. And so I'm going to kind of reserve myself to say I may not stream on Sunday. On the other hand, I might stream. And if I do, there's a strong probability that I won't be alone. We'll see. We will see how we get on. But there is a possibility that if you see me go live next weekend on Sunday, that you may not see just me on camera. So that's a tantalizing little bit. There's also a strong possibility that not this coming weekend, but the weekend after, the first weekend in September, there might be another multiplayer opportunity. Again, I'm hedging only because we're still looking at some options and details and who's going to be available and who's not and all of that. And if I can make it work, there could be the largest game that I've ever streamed with the most number of people, which would actually be more than one, on camera at the same time. Question mark? Technology willing? So that's that. So stay tuned. It could be a very interesting next couple of weeks. Or I could not stream at all next week, and I might end up only streaming the week after. Again, I'm reserving because I really don't know how it's going to go. I'll get some stuff up in the air. But stay tuned. If you see me online, tune in on Sunday. And if you don't, catch me the Sunday after. And that's that. So thanks again for joining me. Sorry about the technical difficulties again. And this has been a game of Adventurous and Otter. I enjoyed them both. I think Adventurous is one of the better button shy games I've played in quite some time, and I think Otter is going to really shine at two, probably more like 3 or 4 players. But we'll see. We'll see. I think that's a cute little game that especially folks like with parents who like to play older style card games. I think Otter is probably going to be one of those cute ones that that may appeal. We'll see. But yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for joining me. And if you see me staying online for technical stuff after this, you know why. So see you again soon. And thanks again for joining me. See you later.